Hello and welcome learners in the session of series of International Human Resource Management. So we are continuing with the previous session, that is on social and cultural context of international human resource management. In previous session, we have learned about the different models of cultural dimensions. So we have discussed the Hofstede's cultural model earlier. So Hofstede's give the 6 taxonomies of culture. So the question arises now, these taxonomies of Hofstede are applying now or not? So to answer this question, here enters the GLOBE model. GLOBE is a model that stands for Global Leadership and Organization Behavior Effectiveness. It is developed by Robert J. Place in 1991. So the Robert J. Place conducted a study on different 61 countries. For conducting this research in collaboration with more than 500 researchers, and he the findings of Hofstede's culture is somewhat similar, but not exactly. Then the GLOBE for the GLOBE's model, the researcher conducted, or we can say that he found that there are 9 dimensions. On which 2 dimensions are same as of Hofstede's model, but there are 4 variation and 2 new dimensions that is developed by the Robert J. Place in their study. He conducted a study on 61 different countries, and he made the cluster of these countries. He conducted this his study on Northern Europe and Eastern Europe, and then he made the cluster of these countries and conducted their study, and they identifies that the 9 dimension of culture, and it expands Hofstede's theory by adding some more additional dimensions. The GLOBE's model conducted on within nation and extend it to include the role of leadership, the leadership ideals and the values in the culture, and he conducted their studies on the managers of different organizations also. So this is the GLOBE model that is given by the Robert J. Place House in 1961. So these are the dimension under this GLOBE model, and this is look like a spider web. So let us discuss these dimensions one by one. The first dimension is uncertainty avoidance. Uncertainty avoidance is the extent to which a society tries to avoid the volatility of future events. Means, unlike Hofstede's model, which focuses mostly on values, the GLOBE model examines both practices. It means what practices means what is, and values, it means what should be. So a country might practice low uncertainty avoidance but value high uncertainty avoidance. Uncertainty avoidance means the people of a particular culture or society are ready, how much they are ready to take the risk. In for example, in high uncertainty avoidance countries like Germany, Switzerland, Sweden, Austria. In Germany, managers prefer detailing planning and risk analysis. They are more ready to take the risk. So they are free, they are flexible in their working style. They can ready to take more risk. But in countries like Russia, Greece, Venezuela, Hungary, who follows the low uncertainty avoidance, means they are not ready to take the risk as much. they follow the rules, they are abide by the rules. In Russia, despite valuing certainty, business practices show a higher tolerance for ambiguity and flexible responses to their problems in their working environment due to rapidly changing environment. They are not ready to take the changes. So, these are the low uncertainty avoidance countries. The rules and regulations are important to them. The next dimension is power distance. The threshold at which cultural members expect and accept an unequal power distribution. It means, as the name indicates, power distance, how the power is distributed among the employees in a particular organization or in a particular society or culture. It is a degree and acknowledgement of inconsistent circulation of power. How power is distributed. It is distributed equally or unequally. High power distance means there is a power is distributed unequally. There is a more distance between the distribution of power, high power distance. So, power is distributed unequally. Let us take some example. High power distance means hierarchies are strictly observed and subordinates rarely challenges authority. They work according to their superiors. And in low power distance means power are distributed equally. There is a less distance among the distribution of the power, means powers are centralized. Not centralized, all are there is a flat organization structure that is preferred in this type of organization who follow the low power distance, and employees can question and debate the decision. So authorities and role are not so much important, and there are, according to the globe model, it measures the both power distance practices, that is what is, and power distance values, what it should be. As we see according to the diagram, in the power distance, the black line shows the power is as practice, and the blue line shows the power is what it should be. So if we see in the power distance, then it is shown that the power in practice in these countries, that is Nordic Europe and Eastern Europe, on which this study is conducted, the power distance is high in practice, but as the blue line indicates, it should be on lower side. So there is a low power distance among the employees of the organization. For example, high power distance cultures like Thailand, Nigeria, Mexico and Venezuela. In Thailand, managers are seen as unquestionable authorities. Junior employee may hesitate to speak up in meetings or contradict a superior's opinion. But in low power distance cultures like Denmark, Sweden, Netherlands, New Zealand, if we take the example of Sweden, in Sweden, what happens? Employees often call their boss with their first names, and there is an expectation that leaders they can be approachable and involves the team in their decision making. So there is a participative management like. The next dimension is institutional collectivism. It means the volume to which organizational and societal embellishment inspire the collective distribution of collective motion and sources. Means It refers to the degree to which organizational and societal institutions encourage and reward the collective action of the people in their society. Their resource sharing, the distribution of rewards, that is based on group. They focus on the working in groups and their group performance. The group performance may be rewarded in this type of culture. Or we can say that in simpler terms, it answers that does the culture emphasize group loyalty and team performance over individual achievement. So this is different from the next dimension, that is in-group collectivism. How it is different from this? So in-group collectivism is the diploma to which people have specific faithfulness, pride and interrelatedness of their organization or families. It is focused on their family or specific group, and they are more focused on loyalty to family and close-knit groups, the groups in which they are related very closely, whereas institutional collectivism is about society-wide or organization-wide norms. They talk about the working in groups or teams. So, by taking the example from the Globe study, high institutional collectivism culture, the countries like Sweden, Japan, South Korea and India, they are high institutional collectivism. They like to work in group or teams. If we take the example of Japan, in Japan, companies foster loyalty and long-term employment. They work as the team decisions are prioritized over individual brilliance. Employees are expected to work collaboratively and support group success, or they are happy to work in a group or in a team. Whereas the countries who prefer low institutional collectivism culture like Greece, Hungary, Argentina, United States. If we take the example of US, businesses often highlight individual achievements. They are more focused on the individual achievement of the employee. They have the awards such as Employee of the Month. Bonuses and promotion are usually based on their personal or individual performance, not as on the team performance. Next is gender egalitarianism. Gender egalitarianism is the extent to which an organization or society minimizes the gender roles or gender role difference while promoting the gender equality. It is the extension to which society limits gender orientation, position differentiation, separation and discrimination on the basis of the gender. There are two types of gender egalitarianism as per the Globe model. Gender egalitarianism as is or as in practice. It means how gender equality actually exists in the society or organization. As we see in this diagram, gender egalitarianism, the black line, it shows the practice. Gender egalitarianism as is or as the practice, how people perceive in their country. It is on lower side, but the blue line indicates that it should be on higher side. It means there should be gender equality among the society. So, higher gender egalitarianism cultures like Nordic countries like Sweden, Denmark, Finland, they encourage equal career opportunity for men and women both. Women are well represented in leadership roles, policies, politics and business also. For example, Sweden offers extensive parental leave to both parents, men and women both. And the culture who follow the low gender egalitarianism, like countries like Middle Eastern countries, Egypt, Kuwait and Qatar, they have low gender egalitarianism, or means they are unequal, or there is a gender role difference in these countries, we can say. There are traditional gender roles, they are specified for men and women. Fewer women in top management or decision making process, they are not taking part or not participating in decision making process in the organization. For example, in many such countries, women have historically faced restriction in workforce participation. And if we talk about the application in the workplace, high gender egalitarianism, women and men are equally considered for leadership roles in this type of cultures, and workplace implement policies to support gender equality or gender diversity. In low gender egalitarianism, gender roles are more rigidly defined. There may be fewer opportunities for women in top position in the organization or hierarchies. Next dimension for the GLOBE model is assertiveness. It is the degree to which people are self-assertive, agnostic and competitive in social kinship. It is similar to the masculinity of Hofstede's cultural dimension. Assertiveness is the degree to which individuals in a society are assertive. In simple terms, we can say that assertiveness refers to how direct, forceful and competitive people are in the organization or interactions, especially when expressing their opinions, their views. They are standing up for themselves, they are vocal in the business or organizational setup. And sorry, next dimension is future orientation. If we talk about the future orientation, it is the extent to which individuals engage in future oriented behaviors such as planning, how people of these societies or organization plan their future, their investment are future oriented or not, they are planning before work or not. So it is the extension to which people interact in future learning behaviors, which include delaying gratification, planning and investing for the future. For example, high future orientation cultures like Singapore, Switzerland, Netherlands, they are strong focus on planning, education and innovation. They encourage saving, investment and focus on strategic thinking. They planned everything for the future. For example, in Singapore, education and skill development are long-term national priorities. In low future orientation culture like Russia, Greece, Argentina, they tend to focus more on long-term planning, more on present or short-term needs. Less emphasis are given on saving or long-term planning. In such cultures, people might prioritize immediate job satisfaction. They do not focus on long-term career goals. The next dimension is performance orientation. Before discussing the performance orientation, let us discuss the human orientation. Human orientation is the degree to which people are honored for being fair, generous, friendly and kind. It is similar to the femininity in the off-street cultural dimension. High human orientation cultures like Philippines, Ireland, Malaysia, Thailand, they emphasize helping others and being generous. They strong focus on family, community, and social responsibility. If we take the example of countries like Philippines, caring for extended family and community member is deeply ingrained in the culture. And in low human orientation cultures like Germany, France, Spain, they tend to prioritize task achievement, efficiency, and competition over the compassion. In Germany, the focus may lean more towards the performance and structure than emotional support in the workplace. If we talk about the application in the workplace, high human orientation means supportive leadership styles. For example, nurturing, mentoring, and the emphasis on employee well-being and corporate social responsibility are given. They are more important to these type of cultures. And in low human orientation, leadership may focus more on results and efficiency than emotional or social support. But in workplace, may separate personal emotions from professional roles. Now we come to the performance orientation. Performance orientation is the degree to which people are compensated for overall performance improvements. It is the extent to which a society encourages and rewards innovation, high standards, excellence, and performance improvement. In simple words or in simple terms, we can say that it shows how much importance a culture places on achievement, results, and doing things well. Or they are focused on the performance of the people, employees, both in their work and life as well. There are two aspects of performance orientation here too. Performance orientation as in practice means how much a society currently rewards performance and achievement of their people. That is how they practice. So let us show in the diagram. In performance orientation, the black line indicates that is the practice, how much a society currently rewards performance and achievement. That is on lower side. The people are practicing it in lower side, but it should be on higher side as the blue line indicates. Performance orientation should be, or it shows the values, how much people believe performance orientation should be rewarded in their society. It should be rewarded on higher side in the society. High performance orientation cultures like United States, Singapore, Hong Kong, Germany, they emphasize more on competition, measurable outcomes of their employees, and the goal achievements. Innovation and individual performance are strongly rewarded. They give more focus on the performance of the employees. For example, in the US, employees are more often evaluated and rewarded on the base of measurable achievements like sales target and their project success. So they are evaluated on the basis of their performance or their individual achievements. The targets are measurable. And in countries who follows the low performance orientation like Russia, Argentina, Greece, relationship, traditions or loyalty may be valued more than the results or more than the performance. In this type of culture, performance may not always be the main factor in recognition or promotion of the employees. They more focus on the tradition, loyalty and relationships, loyalty and tradition gives the more they give more importance to these. In some such cultures who we know in your or we can say that seniority might matter more than how well you perform. So this is, or we can say that this is all about the cultural dimension of globe model. Globe model is give the dimension for the nations, or they conducted a study on the basis of the cluster of European countries, Nordic Europe and Eastern Europe. They give more focus on the leadership values and leadership ideals. So this is all about the globe model, and that's all from my side for today's session. And this is all about the social and cultural contexts of international human resource management. In the next session, we will discuss a different topic, and till then, happy learning. Thank you.